All right, sweetie, ready to talk about that school?
School? I'm on vacation.
Not that school, Madison Seminary.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, maybe we should tell them about it.
Let's do it.
Welcome to another episode of Our Haunted Travels with your hosts, Sean and Marianne Blunt.
Well, hello, parapeeps, and welcome to another episode of Our Haunted Travels. I am your host, Sean Donnelly.
And I'm your co-host, Marianne Donnelly.
That's right. In today's episode, we are talking about Madison Seminary in Madison, Ohio. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just there not that long ago.
It was literally...
This is rare.
It was literally within a week.
Yeah, so we actually do a video that we were just there. But we've been doing videos all week. And actually, this is a collaboration with PSPR Paranormal. Mm-hmm. We'll put the links to them right here. Ding! Go check out their channel. He's putting out videos about the actual investigation. And we're handling the history and folklore and live streams about Elizabeth and all that other stuff, which I just rattled all that off and I could put the links, but we'll talk about that again here in a second. Hey, if you're new to our channel, we focus locations that we have visited across the country that have paranormal claims, which is Our Haunted Travels. We've been to 200 of them. I'm going to say 200 because I think it's pretty close. If not 199, whatever. We're close. We're going to break 200 this summer. So each week we feature a new location. This week, Madison Seminary. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yep.
All right. You ready to get started?
Let's do it.
Okay. All right, this location is documented in our panicd.com database. It is panicd number 1286 and is located at 6769 Middle Ridge Road in Madison, Ohio. And yes, it is open to the public. They offer tours and ghost hunts and
yes, they
flashlight tours.
Flashlight tours. Mm-hmm.
From what we saw, seems to be very popular.
Yes.
All kinds of stuff that you can do there at Madison Seminary.
Yeah, they're continuing renovations and adding some period furniture and trying to set some rooms up to be like what they would have been at the time of its use.
Yeah, very cool. Recently purchased by Adam Kimball from Resident Undead. Mm-hmm. And I'll put a link. I'm not going to put it up here, but I'll put it down in the description. Yeah, they're doing great things with that building. Mm-hmm. I was very impressed with what they've got done so far, bringing it back and restoring it and things like that. So definitely check him out too and check out the... Oh, we'll put the link to the Facebook page and web page and stuff for Madison. Actually, it's linked off of PanicD, but we'll put them in the description too. So before we go any further, as we always do, let's talk about the history. And for that, we have a video for you. It's not real short, but make sure you come back because this one, in this video, we got some evidence to share with you too. So watch this history and we'll be right back.
Madison Seminary began as a secondary educational institution to provide access to higher learning for individuals of Lake County. It was chartered in 1845 and construction of the school soon began. In 1847, the school was ready to accept students. C.S. Hartwell was the first term teacher of the school. He was succeeded by G.N. Campbell. In 1859, a brick addition was added to the east side of the original building, and the existing structure was used as a boarding hall, as 150 students had now become enrolled. The seminary continued its educational function until July of 1891. At that time, the property was purchased by the Ohio Women's Relief Corps. It was then reconditioned to help render help for Army nurses from the Civil War, as well as wives, sisters, and mothers of soldiers. The property at this time became known as the National Relief Corps Home. Other locations throughout the nation had been considered for this, but Madison was deemed the best location, and the people of Madison and Geneva donated the Madison Seminary building along with 10 acres of land and $1,000 in cash for this cause. A West Wing addition was built by the Women's Relief Corps on the site of the original small-frame wooden structure in 1891, with a stone archway carved with the words Ohio Cottage. The National Relief Corps' home most notable resident was Elizabeth Stiles. During the Civil War, Stiles, originally from Ashtabula, was recruited by President Abraham Lincoln himself to serve as a spy and dispatch bearer for the Union. By 1904, the Women's Relief Corps was unable to continue maintaining the facility, and it was donated to the state of Ohio. But a portion of the facility was still maintained by the Women's Relief Corps. It then became known as the home of Ohio soldiers, sailors, Marines, their wives, mothers, widows, and Army nurses. From 1904 to 1962, the state continued to maintain the building as it was run before as a home for needy widows, mothers, and children of Ohio's veterans. But at some time during this span, the building was renamed to the Madison Home. In 1959, a brick one-story center section was constructed, which joined the Ohio Cottage and the East Wing. The newer section would be eventually used by the Madison Township trustees as their public meeting room during the 1980s and 1990s. But after suffering severe financial difficulties, the Women's Relief Corps Madison Home ceased operations in 1962 and was put under management by the Ohio Department of Mental Hygiene and Corrections as of June 30th of 1962. At this time, the residents, widows, etc., were returned to the care of relatives or placed in nursing homes. In 1962 to 1965, in an effort to help with the financial strain of the building, the Ohio Department of Mental Health and Hygiene used the facility first to rehabilitate mentally ill patients from Cleveland State Hospital. With patients still living there, the building became a subsection of the Apple Creek Institution. The name was then changed from the Madison Home to Opportunity Village. The facility then was used to house mentally retarded women who for the most part could not take care of themselves. At this same time, it also housed inmates in good standing from the Ohio Women's Reformatory in Marysville. Through a project with the Ohio Bureau of Vocational Rehabilitation, these inmates and developmentally disabled women would learn occupational skills, such as becoming nursing aides, janitorial and secretarial skills, all in efforts to prepare them to live productive lives in society. In 1964, the complex was used as an extension of Cleveland State Hospital for aged and senile women, though this was just for a couple months. In April of 1975, operating funds had declined to the point that the state could no longer afford to operate the programs, and Opportunity Village ceased operations. Subsequently, the property underwent further transformations, including when in 1977, the commissioners of the Lake County passed a resolution, March 28th of 1977, to purchase Opportunity Village. Then, in 1978, Madison Township leased the building from the county and moved into it for operation of the Madison Township government. By this time, the building was on the National Historic Register, and though its fate remained uncertain for over a decade, years of disuse had let the building fall into disrepair, and for a time it looked as if it might be demolished. It was around this time that local officials and employees who'd worked in the building began suggesting the place might house a few ghosts. In 1981, Madison Township officially took title of the property from Lake County Board of Commissioners. But in 1987, Madison Township trustees contacted Lake County Commissioners about potentially buying the property back, per the building deed's reverter clause. In 1989, the Lake County Board of Commissioners honored that reverter clause from the 1981 deed, and the commissioners bought back the property. The township continued to be leased until September 30th of 1993. Then the Madison Township moved out of the building and it remained vacant, possibly due to their advertising strategy. In 1993, the building was advertised for rent with the following caveat: historic building can be leased cheap. Caution, building may be haunted. In 1997, when on November 18th, the Lake County Board of Commissioners passed a resolution to sell the building, it also planned to sell 2.91 acres of the land. May 21st of 1998, the Lake County Board of Commissioners sold the property at public auction to John Castle. He owned Cass Mill Nurseries and purchased it for $28,500. The facility was used mainly for storage and office space for Castle, but he also allowed the Madison Historical Society to use a portion of the building as offices and a museum. John Castle, however, died in 2009, and his grandson Tom became the property's caretaker. He offered tours of the building on Friday and Saturday nights, and the cost of the tours was $40. This was held every single weekend in June through mid-November. In 2014, Adam Kimmel offered to purchase the building, and by 2016, it became official. He is now the current owner and has been working on renovations and continues to offer ghost tours and hunts.
Interesting history about Madison Seminary. Several different names over the years.
Yes, and some of them were like longer than your live stream name.
What do you say?
Which takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing how many names.
You did a great job on that, by the way. Congratulations. You wrote the history and recorded the history and did all that by yourself. Just thought I'd mention that.
Okay.
Whatever. So we did mention you mentioned in the history, Elizabeth Stiles.
Yes.
And just last night we did a live stream of Behind the Haunting live stream and talked about Elizabeth Stiles.
Yeah, a little bit more of her history and a little bit about her escapades as a spy for the Union Army.
Yeah, we went into depth about the story and everything, so I'll put a link to that right here. Ding! So you could go check it out and learn a little bit more about Elizabeth. And then while we were there, we actually went live and had Adam come on. You interviewed him, and then you took people down through the building and that
Through
kind
part of
stuff.
the building, yeah.
As long as the signal stayed. Which I'm surprised, during that live stream, you went down, and I was watching the video, the signal got a little bit pixelated and everything like that, but it stayed strong. As soon as you went back out and we interviewed Adam and all that stuff, and then I come on and start talking, and boom, it dropped.
Yeah, it literally completely
Just
crashed. Said, no, I don't want to play anymore.
Hey, you could catch some of that footage. You did a great job on that, too. I'm not buttering up to you.
Yeah,
what
do you want?
You think you did a great job. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm giving you a compliment. But anyways, I'll put a link to that video right here, too. Ding!
Okay.
All right, so then on Tuesday of this week, we did the ghost stories and folklore. Well,
Boris and
did
you did the ghost stories
and folklore, and went over some of the paranormal claims and stuff within the building. And yeah, pretty interesting, some of the stuff that's happening there. So really good stuff. So guess what? I'll put a link to that right here. Ding! So, okay, we covered
There's a lot of dinging.
Yeah, a lot of dings. I think you could do 5. Was that 5? I wasn't
no
counting.
idea.
All right, so we covered the location, where it was at. Okay, we covered the history. We covered the ghost stories and folklore. We covered us going there for a paranormal investigation and links to PSPR doing paranormal investigation. What did I miss? Oh, our live stream covered that. What did I miss? Oh, we also visited the cemetery. That's buried in the live stream. But we'll show you some pictures from from the cemetery right here. We actually walked down and in search of Elizabeth's grave.
Yes.
Which we found.
Yes.
And you were happy.
I was happy. Yeah, it's not that far. It's like 2 or 3 houses down from the seminary itself, and it's right there on the same side of the road, and walked down and found the section that she would be located in,
and all those in that section were residents at Madison.
From what I understand,
yes.
Yes.
At one time. So,
yeah.
All right. So I got one more thing to share with you guys. Well, and an announcement. We'll be doing a investigation review, putting out our media from the investigation, because I haven't had time to go through it. Of course, shocker. You haven't listened to any of the recordings either, have you?
No.
But I've been
Shocking.
talking back and forth with Bill. He's finding EVPs like crazy, so you guys need to check his channel out and see some of his stuff. So I'm sure some of our stuff has it. We have video, we have recordings from both recorders. Yeah. So I'm probably tomorrow night late, I'll do a investigation review and dump all our stuff out there so you guys can listen and see if you hear anything.
Okay.
But we have something we want to share with you. This was very cool. Very cool. You don't know what I'm talking about? Okay.
It's a surprise for me
It's a
too,
surprise
guys.
to you? Okay. So remember when we went upstairs into the asylum with Adam and he did the recording and we caught something live right in front of everybody?
Okay.
The recording, I'm not going to give too much away. I'm going to let you guys watch this. This is evidence that there are spirits in Madison Seminary. So watch this video, and we'll be right back.
I think the syllable, we should be able to do that. Usually 3 syllables, like
Raspberry.
raspberry. Just because whoever's with me, we did banana downstairs. Who was with me? Yeah, it's easier to pick up on the syllables. One is virtually impossible, yes and no, good blood. But let's try raspberry. You'll have 1 solid minute to answer this, okay? All you have to say is raspberry, and you can keep even repeating that word. All right? We'll give you 1 minute. We will stay perfectly quiet, okay? 1, 2, 3. Can you please say raspberry? Ending EVP. Ending. Alright, I'll bring this over. So don't worry, I'm very lazy when I do this, so don't worry about the whole leg. We'll go one way or the other so we can catch something. Let's listen to it over here real quick. Alright. I think right in the beginning, I think we got it. And then it's like, it yells something, raspberry. Do you guys hear the echo coming out of there? It's in the beginning, you hear raspberry, and then it's like something breaks off. I'm gonna just play the other one real quick, and then we'll bring this over there. Sometimes I hear, even on the echo, it sounds better. Here's the other one. Sounds like garble, but other one here. I'm gonna bring the one over.
Okay, guys, what did you think? I mean, I even left the pause in there so you know that nobody went over to that recorder. And those recorders, which I have one, just came today, only pick up when there's noise. So, what do you think? Leave it in the comments. Let us know your thoughts.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Well, hey, do you have anything else you would like to add for this location?
Just that we have to go back because we need to investigate a couple more areas. We've got some more research to do. We've got more information that we can use as trigger information. So
definitely
got to go back.
Definitely. And watch for that investigation review where you guys could be part of our research investigation team. You can listen on the headphones, see if you hear anything.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know. We'll pull it out, put it in the database.
All right.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, till next time.
Thanks for watching.
And happy hunting. Let us know if you like this video by hitting that thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to see more videos from us in the future, support our channel by hitting that subscribe button and dinging that bell so you get notified the next time there's a video from Panic D Videos.
Thanks for watching.
Happy hunting.